plan going forward in terms of his playing time?
Yeah, first thing is just to get him healthy. That's number one. And we have a great medical and performance team. I'm just going to follow their lead, but that's the number one thing. To get him healthy first.
Coach, we've been talking since the beginning of the season, maybe even the end of last season, about how deep the wing room is here. And now with Corey no longer in the fold, how do you anticipate that shakeup among the wing room to be with other players who now might be able to fill that vacuum of minutes?
Yeah, I think I talked about this even at the beginning of the season. We do have a lot of depth at the wing, but I think it just gives opportunities. You know, we've seen different guys step up. You know, Will Riley, Jameer, obviously Justin now. But I think it just gives opportunities. And whenever people had, you know, with an injury or different rotations we've tried, everybody's always stepped up. I think it just creates another pathway for these guys to continue to grow, and we will take advantage of that.
And another Trae question related to the young core. How do you think he will coexist with Bub Carrington in the backcourt?
I think it'd be great because, you know, we have guys who are great. Bub's a great catch and shoot three-point shooter. So our shooting is improving. So they can play with each other. One can handle, one can play off the ball. One of Bub's great characteristics is that he can play with another guy who can handle first because Bub's shooting ability and then Bub's size to be able to defend. I think it's a good combination.
Coach, you were talking about the X's and O's impact a little bit of how these players can develop and grow, but just from a standpoint of Trae Young and the caliber of player he is in this league, what does he bring to, and what could he maybe do for some of these younger players in terms of helping them grow, just in terms of simply as an NBA player?
I think the one thing that always stood out to me when I played against him is he's a competitor, and he's got a really fearless way he plays. I think that's going to be a really nice intangible that he's going to bring toward that probably has been not thought about as much. But this guy's a competitor. He's been in the league. He knows what it feels like. He's not afraid of the moment. That stuff will build confidence for our team.
Josh. Brian, how does adding Trae impact your defense, particularly your perimeter defense?
Well, what we've seen is our growth has continued to happen this year, and specifically here recently, you know, we've seen an uptick in our defensive numbers. Our guys are still young. Obviously, that starts with Alex and Bilal. I think he's going to fit in good because we have versatile size, and our group is going to get better. Like, we're just starting to lay the foundations of that, and I think we'll continue to see growth throughout the rest of this season. But, you know, we got a versatile roster, and, you know, that's kind of how the construction has been built. I think he will fit in with that.
One of the hallmarks of your offense, specifically in recent weeks, has been the ball movement in the half court. As great a passer as Trae Young is, he does hold the ball quite a bit. Do you have concerns that the level of ball movement is going to diminish with him on the court?
I don't think so because how our roster's been constructed is we have a lot of processors, guys who can make plays, you know, when that ball is swung to him. What he's very unique at, he's advanced this. He's going to draw a ton of attention. That means the ball is going to start moving because there's going to be two on him a lot. And that we have guys on that second side. You can see it, Keyshawn, Alex, Bilal, Bub, Trae. Like, these guys can all make that next read. So I think that he's going to start our engine a lot of times, but that ball will be moving around really well. I think he fits because he's probably one of the most advanced processors in our league. And that's what you want offense is the guys who can drive efficiency, and he's been driving that his whole career.
Coach, just within your limited conversations with Trae, to begin with, what have you learned about him as a person and specifically why he was so excited to be here in Washington as well?
Yeah, I think he's, you know, obviously this is a new moment for him. I think he's really excited about the opportunity. I've gotten to spend a little bit of time with him. I think this is a guy who's like the rest of our guys, a guy who loves basketball. And that can never be underestimated. Guys who love the game, who love the craft of it and working on that, that's the type of guys we want in our building. So I know he's excited to be with the part of this group because the energy he can feel with how he was in our gym. Will be in our gym tonight. He's been around that, and he can feel that. And I think he's excited to play with the young players in our team who are guys who love the game. And I think he feels that and has seen that from afar. So, you know, really positive.
Coach, two questions. Do you expect Trae to play this season?
Like I said, you know, we're just number one thing, Mark, is just to get him healthy. You know, obviously we're just getting our hands on him now. So, you know, I'm trusting our medical and performance team. So we'll see where that happens.
And secondly, when you add somebody like this now, like you're talking about the people in the room, blah, 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 there's an excitement, a buzz. How much does this franchise need that kind of jolt?
I think it's just the next step of our process, right? You know, obviously, we have been building, and this is, I think, is just the next step. You know, and I think what I mentioned at the beginning, I think he just enhances our roster, enhances our team, and I think he wants to be part of that, that growth to make our next jump and the next part of our development and growth with our organization. And, you know, for me, we just focus on the day-to-day. Once we get him with us every day, what things that we can control, getting him used to playing with our guys, how we do things here, I think he'll fit in seamlessly. Here you go, Dave.
You mentioned obviously the pick and roll with Alex and Trae could be interesting. Draymond feasts on that 4-on-3 that Steph creates all the time. And I just wonder how you see Alex being able to kind of evolve as a playmaker when he gets that 4-on-3 situation or that 4-on-3 look.
You know, that was one of the things that we loved about Alex in the draft. I mean, everybody talks about his rim protection. One of the things I always thought was his playmaking and his ability to pass. You've seen it early in his career. He's like an elite level passer for a second-year big. Now he's going to have more space, more time, and he's already shown that ability to do that when, even with CJ or some of our other guys or Chris, when they put two on the ball, making that read, either hitting the guy cutting to the basket or kicking it out for threes. That's something he has a very young, and that's going to get better over time, and that partnership will be really good.
And defensively, to Josh's point, I mean, this is facile, but is it as simple as Trae funnel it to Alex defensively? Just funnel it to Alex, and we'll live with whatever happens there.
I think it's just the value of the roster construction that we have. You know, obviously Alex is an elite rim protector. You have Bilal on the perimeter, who's elite on the perimeter. Keyshawn, Justin, Bub, Jameer. Like, we have length, size that's going to grow and get better. They're learning the NBA, so that's part of it. But I think it does a good job of surrounding him with guys who are going to be pretty elite, I think. Thanks, everybody.
I'd be outstanding if you did.
What?
Two. Hey, hey.
Oh, thanks. You shouldn't have. Yeah, roll them two away. I'll handle this. Yeah. Fantastic. Hey, hey, hey. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Good. Hey, hey, hey. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, hey, hey. Hopefully, we can start being here more. I would love to be here. There were 4 people in class. I think you tweeted that or somebody. Nobody in here. My question remains, JP. Let me ask you this. Have they hired him yet? They've done 4? 3 or 4? Look, I know they gotta wait for this weekend, because somebody, a couple guys will get fired after they lose the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. Everybody fired is what- That could happen. One of them is PJ Washington. I told, that's Trae. I told him, right? Exactly. Good. Good. I told him the question. I told him at 5:19, it's the 3rd question. Okay. So I made it easy. Okay. I left the part in where it says insert by. I'm gonna call. Zach is gonna call because I think that might have been a hit, so I want for it to come off.
Okay, so you took topic.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. This is left. Yeah. I would do it if there's a run system.
Because how they get 12 is take topic. I got to have time to
think it's amazing. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I love it. I mean, now I'm just saying Kyrie's not gonna play this year. Why would he? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Well, it doesn't make any sense. I know. Oh, no, he is, yeah. I would say if they get through the first round, and see, I'm saying I'm good for 15. But, yeah, but you're right, they shouldn't play him. Yet, it's the playoffs. The East is open, it's wide open. Two swaps, two picks in the swap or something. That's an insane amount of picks they still have. They're like, okay, see, they can get anybody they want because they can trade 7 picks. They can do 7 first-round picks. They don't have to. They don't have to. They don't want to. They probably won't. I think OKC's always just going to keep flipping picks back. They're just going to go back. There's no point. No reason not to. Yeah. I mean, that's why there was coaches. Oh, you're gonna get 3 first rounders. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you nuts, dude? OKC's got 4 to trade, but they're not going to do it. When's the last? Have you seen OKC ever put 3 first-round picks into anything? Any trade? No. They're always 4 first-round picks. They keep moving back. So, because these guys are good. These guys are good. And they're going to have to replace them with somebody. Always get a comparable level guy. Other than his SGA, always go get a comparable level guy. Always trade based on Wallace and 3 picks in the field. Sorter's really good. Sorter's is really good. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, they're just sitting there, they're just like waiting. Like unbelievable how set up they are. Wizards. Oh no, you grandfather, you don't do it like the next year. You look like you go through the 2032 draft or whatever. And then you ended up 24. Yeah, it would certainly damage their ability to kind of roster clothing. I get it. I still think it's and also blatant violation of the Sherman Act, but that's okay. Nobody cares about rules and laws anymore. Yeah. You can't. There's nothing. It's not. Never. Like everything is laid out. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. All he has to do is put light in it. Call Jack. Exactly. Yeah, I called overcorrection. Houston tanked. Like Houston completely tanked the second half of the season. And they wound up getting the first pick, which applies when everybody got mad. Said, well, you can't do that. We got to do something. They come up with this cockamamie lottery. But this is my point. The NFL, nobody gets mad that the Jets are 2-14. Nobody says, oh, the league's strict, but I got to do something. All right, the Jets have the first pick. Like nobody gets angry if the team tanks to get the high pick in the NFL draft. Why is that? Nobody cares. Because nobody cares.
I didn't notice. They sucked for 10 years and they keep getting high picks. They continue to get top 5 picks, and nobody says we have to have a lottery to fix it. They just go, that's the NFL, and that's okay. Well, the fail rate for quarterbacks is actually quite high. That's the inverse of the NBA. The NBA, the top picks are usually pretty good. But in the NFL, most quarterbacks aren't good at taking it high. Sure, yes, of course, yes. But some years you can take Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels for Drake May. And then some years you can take Mendoza. That's the best guy. He's not as good as those other guys. So if he's burnt, if he fails, not as good as Bo Nixon. Like that's 23 was a monster. That's great to hear. Just a monster. Even J.J. McCarthy was not on any level as good as they would be the first quarterback to get Nobody cares about the NFL draft. Nobody says the NFL draft needs to be fixed or they have to put a lottery in it. I will. No one's been tanked for 3 years. Baseball, but that again, but those are once in a generation. Most guys are the guy they took last, what did they take last year? Lewis has a chance to be a pretty good major league player someday. Yeah, but nobody says, oh, he's a superstar. No. Exception, he's the one. That doesn't happen all the time. Schemes. That happens once every 15 years. You get a guy that good. Like, it's not. It's hard. It's got to be the hardest. To me, it's and I don't think he's going to be well. The microwave. She's ridiculous. They don't need to get a shortstop. They won't do it. No, I would just play and see units and hitting 500 at bats this year. I don't care if he hits 200. That guy's a fucking vacuum.
I like any song.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's the elite defensive shortstop, elite level defensive shortstop to me. So I'm playing him every day. I think twice about it. Defense improves dramatically.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you all coming out. Before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping things. If you could just identify yourself and your affiliation before you ask your questions. If you could limit it to one question and one follow-up, because we have a small amount of time. We're going to try to get to everybody. We're not guaranteeing that that's what will happen, but we're going to try. If you have any questions right now, let us know. Otherwise, see you soon. No? No? You want me to test the mic? Is it working? Is it working? Working? Yep. Okay.
This is insane. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be in that track. I'm like, you were here recently. In the old days, it was just me and Charlie. Just me and Charlie Sloan. Just me and the radio guy. There was literally no one.
I'm just here so I don't get. It's hot in the media room. Can we make it cooler, please? Thank you. There's no like.
Oh no. Testing. I'll wait till she.
right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we got it.
So, I'm gonna go to second.
No.
Serious. Indeed.
You want to start with Josh? Yeah, sure. Start with Josh. He's not. Oh, there he is.
So we have a good crowd here, obviously. We like that, we love it. We're gonna try to get as many people as possible. I think trades may not allow us to do some of that. But if you do have a question, please raise your hand, we'll get the microphone to you. When you're done with the microphone, don't hand it to anybody else, just hand it back to the regular who give it to you. Also state your name and your affiliation before you ask your question. Will is going to start off with some comments, and then we'll just go into the Q&A. Okay?
He's right there.
Josh,
Josh.
come over here.
When they walk through the door from the distance and then go over there? Yeah. I'm not gonna make this
I just love the names. How did Lance open this?
You don't venture down here very often.
We are, Josh. Really?
Just stand right there. Stand right in the middle of the aisle. Right in the middle.
For me? Welcome. Thank you. Good?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get rolling. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all here tonight. Today's a very exciting day for basketball fans across the DMV. As an organization, Trae, we want to officially welcome you here to DC. You guys have all seen it. You guys have seen him play basketball. He plays an exciting brand of basketball that we're looking forward to seeing here. He just plays with a level of confidence, a level of competitiveness that we feel like we'd like to add. And it's what sets him apart when you watch him play amongst the other guards in the league. So happy to have him here. Trae's been a force since he got in the league. Day one, rookie year, he evolved into one of the best in elite proven playmakers. And that's something that we're going to be continuing looking for while he's here. I know the front office, the evaluators, we feel extremely strongly about his ability to amplify the young talent that we have, the young talent that we're going to keep adding to the team as we go through the player development process that we are going to stick to here in DC. So we had dinner last night. Even though he's entering the beginning of his prime, he's got a lot of basketball left in him. And he's got a lot of goals and aspirations that he wants to reach. And we're here to help him do that and continue his player development process because, as you guys know, that's our motto. You come here, you get better, you work on your game, and he's going to continue to do that while amplifying others. So, again, we're excited to add to the rebuild of the organization. But I do want to pause for 1 second because I do think it's important to acknowledge that there's two sides to every trade. And I do want to recognize that for a second and say thank you to Corey Kispert, who ultimate professional. When Michael and I first got here, he was one of the few guys that was able to stay because he understood what it was about, who he was as a human, who he was as a worker, a professional. He left this place better, and I want to thank him and his wife and his family for his time in D.C. And obviously CJ's time was a little shorter, but he still had a significant impact in how he led and what he taught our young guys and left this place better. So we wish them both well and want to say thank you to them. But again, when Michael and I, we got here 2.5 seasons ago, I guess it is now, and we're still on the road to rebuilding the team. We wanted to emphasize a few things and the importance on remaining flexible throughout the rebuild, the importance of thinking in layers and stacking things up. And then I would say being flexible and being opportunistic and doing that while finding players that fit towards our long-term vision, which is sustained success. And I think looking back on the trade we made today, that reflects well on all those principles. So Trae aligns with what we're trying to do. We are happy to have him here in DC. I've seen him in so many different jerseys, starting with Norman High School, Mocan, AAU, McDonald's, Hoop Summit with the USA on his chest, to Boomer Sooner, OU, to his professional career. I'm excited that the next jersey he's going to be wearing will be one of the Washington Wizards. So with that, I'll open it up for questions and officially welcome Trae to DC.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Start with Josh, third row. Right side.
Trae, Josh Robbins with The Athletic. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yep. You were said to want to be here more than any other team. Why is that? What was it about this situation and city that made you want to be here?
I think there was a lot of factors. I think for me, there's a lot of different directions I could have went, as far as my goals and what I want my legacy to be at the end of the day. And for me, just being able to have an impact on my teammates and people around me, I feel like I did a good job of that as a young player in Atlanta. So being able to be a vet and doing it with these young guys here, I feel like I have more experience and more things that I can give these young guys. And I'm just super excited. This is, for me, DC is overlooked as far as a big market. In the NBA, I feel like this is a big market, and I just feel like I'm being able to come into an opportunity to be myself. I'm around people that obviously have known me for a long time and know the type of person I am and the type of winner I want to be. And I know it's a day-by-day process. I know what it takes, so it's not going to be easy. but I know this is a place that I'm excited about, and I was excited about whenever I heard it could be a possibility.
Hey, Will, Noah Trister with the AP. Just aside from the availability, what made this the right time in your rebuild to try to make a move like this? And did the teams, I guess,
I think,
improve results over the last few weeks? Did that play a role in it?
I think as an organization, we have a long-term plan, and we're not going to do anything that deviates from that. As I kind of explained earlier, I think Trae fits into what we're trying to do based on the development of a lot of the other players and how he's going to help amplify them. So we're always going to be, like I said, opportunistic. And when you have a 4-time All-Star, All-NBA player available who wants to come to D.C. and help make it what we want it to be, it was a easy partnership and an easy decision, to be honest with you.
With criticism coming from everywhere nowadays, how do you manage the outside noise?
Man, I'm comfortable in my skin. I know who I am. Like, I know the people that are really around me every day. Like, they know who I am, and whatever stuff comes out. I mean, there's so many fake things that come out that I just let slide, and because I know the people around me really understand it, and I know one day when I do ultimately win, like we all do here, all that negativity will flip and be positive, and stuff like that wouldn't even come out and even be brought up. So for me, I'm a big believer in faith, and I believe everything happens for a reason. I'm just riding that wave, and I know sometimes you got to go down to get up, and for me, I just sometimes let things slide, and I deal with it because I know who I am.
Hi, Trae, Gene Wong with the Washington Post. Welcome to DC. Have you had a chance to kind of interact with your new teammates yet, and kind of what have the conversations been like so far?
Oh yeah, I definitely had. This morning I got to shoot around, and it was exciting. It was exciting, and I was looking forward to it. I thought I would see him yesterday, but I heard Chris had some stuff going on, and so they couldn't see me yesterday when I toured the arena. But going to shoot around this morning, seeing Alex Sarr, I told Bilal he got me a couple times these last few years. So I'm glad I'm on his side now. We can work together on trying to get some other guys. But it's cool. Like, there's so many young guys here, and they're so mature too. Like, as young as they are, you can see the maturity in them. Like the want to learn. Like, some of them have been asking me some questions already, Trae, and like those guys they're just sponges, you can tell, and they're gym rats. And to piggyback off CJ, hearing him talk about the organization earlier this season, and I mean, that was a big viral thing about how this is all changing around here. And I think, I mean, for me, just being here this past 24 hours, you can tell this is a lot different than what people from the outside may see.
And one thing I'll add on that, just like the conversations we've had about basketball, about the team, he obviously processes at a very high speed and knows the game, but he's a junkie of the game and watches it. So he already knows the idiosyncrasies of some of our guys and what they can and can't do and where they're going to be going. So he walked in with a knowledge playing against these guys, but with a healthy respect for them too, where he's going to be able to pick up right away. It's going to be good.
Follow up to that, Trae, you had a taste of a playoff run early in your career. How can the wisdom from that impact the rest of the guys in the locker room?
I mean, for me, it can help a lot. Like, I played with a guy in Lou Will that was his deepest run, and who had played 18 seasons in the NBA. And so for me, I understand how hard it is to even get to that point. And so for these young guys, I think just understanding that it's a day-by-day process. Like, you can't skip steps. You can't look too far ahead. You got to focus on each and every day and focusing on how can you get better. And just from being around here this short time that I have been, that's the focus around here. And I love that. That's how I've been raised and grew up thinking that's how I would be able to be in this position today. And that's why I'm glad to be here.
Hi, Trae. Bijan Todd, Monumental Sports Network.
Yes, sir.
Branching off of Gene's first question, you being a true point guard on the floor with the Wizards' young core that's already intact, how do you feel like you can mesh on the floor with them, and how can you help guys like Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, Bilal Coulibaly, Alex Sarr? How can you help them get better?
Man, for me, like, one of my favorite players growing up was Steve Nash and Chris Paul as well. So for me, I always learned that the ball brings energy, gives energy. And so that's why I love passing. And I know as soon as, I run a pick and roll with Alex, and I get him a little drop off to a dunk or a lob, or I see Bilal cutting and he gets the ball, and it's not just cutting just to cut. That builds chemistry, that builds trust. And they got to know I give effort on the other end too, and they're going to see that, and that's how you build trust with your teammates. And that's just something that, it'll happen over time as we play, with each other, and we just got to continue to get those reps up.
Alex Phone with DC News Now. Welcome to DC. Trae, obviously, you and everyone in the NBA wants to win a title one day, right? So
Yeah.
when you look at this Wizards team, what kind of potential do you see in this roster for you teaming up with them, and whatever Will and Michael want to build going forward to get to that top point? And is that a big part of why you came here?
Of course. You don't want to go somewhere and just expect to lose your whole time there. For me, I understand, where we're at right now and where we want to go. So for me, like I said, over and over again, it may sound like a broken record, but this is a day-by-day process. And, including the summertime. I can't wait to bring those guys out to LA to work out with me this summer. You know what I'm saying? And I've been working out there every summer, and I usually bring teammates out there, and this is a lot of young guys, and so I can really, really bring these guys out there and make sure that they come out there and we all get some work in and runs and build that chemistry that way. And so that's a day-by-day process. So for me, I don't want to look too far ahead or set expectations on when this will happen, because you never know. It happened faster than I expected it in my last place. So you never know when it can happen. But if you focus on the daily stuff, things are going to work out.
Trae, David Aldridge with The Athletic. Welcome to D.C., man.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned it before that things are different in this organization than they were maybe recently. And I just wonder, what are you seeing from management, ownership, coaching, infrastructure that leads you to believe, hey, this is different now?
You hit all the points. You hit all the bullet points. I think they've been here for a few years now, and just being able to watch from afar and just some of the pieces that they've gotten since they've been here, and the headaches I've had these last couple of times playing against them, you kind of see the difference and feel the difference from the way they play. And I know a lot of the guys on the coaching staff, and from even some of them back in OKC and when I was a kid. So that's a big, when it comes to trust, you have to be able to trust that people around you know who you are. And so everything about this place, and they're talking about the arena, the lower part, everything that's new right now is, it's ridiculous. I can't wait till it's fully finished in a couple of years. So, this is just, it's on its way up, and I hope I'm a piece of this puzzle on the way up with it.
You were a young guy in Atlanta when they took a big jump, and I just wonder what drives winning when you are young and you don't really know how to win in this league. How do you kind of get to that level where winning is a constant and winning is expected?
Yeah, it's not easy, especially as a young team. It's very easy as a young player to come into this league and focus on yourself and how to get to that next deal and next whatever, because you're just, it's new, it's a dream come true. And so if you have those vets that, I've had experience and can tell you that, trust me, if you win, everything else is going to take care of itself. Those are the type of teams that have those young guys that are able to win at an early age or even faster than expected, because they're just more mature and they understand that no matter what you do, if you're a part of that winning team, you're gonna breed success. And whether it's there or somewhere else, and you can expand. So I think that's just having great vets, and you never know what can happen if you have those types of vets around.
Hi, Trae. Natalie Spall, ABC7 News. Welcome to Washington, first and foremost. It's been a while since you put on a new team's jersey for the first time, wore a team's colors. If you could just walk us through what that moment was like putting on that Wizards jersey for the first time.
Oh, it was surreal. It was, different. It was special. Like it's gonna feel even more real the first time I put it on and walk out there and I walk out that tunnel and right behind that bench. It's gonna, I'll be able to really feel what it's like. But today it was just something new. I'm just embracing everything about this place and this moment so far. So I'm just enjoying it all. So it felt amazing.
Any significance behind switching to 3?
That was my freshman year of high school number. So it was the first one right before I changed it to 11. So I turned it back.
Back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning.
I like it. Okay.
Will stole my follow-up, so I'll pass it.
Sorry.
Trae?
Yes, sir.
How do you reflect back on your time in Atlanta?
Oh, man, I loved it, man. I enjoyed it. For me, going there as a 19, 20-year-old, like, it was a dream come true, being able to be drafted there. I have nothing but love and respect to the wrestler family. It was kind of their beginning of being in Atlanta, too, so going in there at the same time with them, and it was a dream come true, and I'm happy that I had that. I felt like I needed that to be where I'm at today, and going forward, I think that everything that I learned there is just going to make me the better player and the better person that I need to be for this organization going forward, and I'm just so thankful and for my time there, but I'm excited about this next one.
Chad Ricardo, Fox 5 DC. Trae, welcome to the district, brother. I want to ask you, this is a fan base that has been starving for a talent such as yourself for years and years now. I've talked to them. They're excited that you're here. What does it mean to you to already have the district behind you before you ever even step on the court?
Oh, man, it means a lot. It means a lot to have a lot of the fan base here, obviously showing support, showing love. I want people to continue to show love, not only to me, but to my teammates and to this team for the rest of this season and going forward. Like, I walked into the arena yesterday and I was telling Will how I wanted to see this place sold out. Like, I remember seeing this place and we were about to retire John Wall's jersey and just seeing it as a kid, like, packed out. Like, I want to get it back to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just me. It's going to be this team and everybody a part of it. So I just am super excited to have this feeling. I'm glad the fan base is excited, and we're going to give them something to be excited about going forward. And that's on us to take these day-by-day habits and put them out there.
Hi, Trae. Chase Hughes, Monumental Sports Network. My question's actually for Will. You mentioned knowing him and seeing him from an early age, all the different jerseys. Can you expand on that and how you've seen him progress over the years?
Oh, wow. Probably saw him come to one of our games when he was like 12, 13 years old. And people were like, hey, he's a young talent. There's a lot of ties there being in Oklahoma City. It's a small town. He's from Norman. My wife's from Norman. Her whole family lives there. He went to OU. My wife's family all works at OU, went to OU. So known him for a very long time. When you're in a city like that and you have the player of the year type candidates in high school and college, it's very easy to see him. So you run and you see him in the different gyms, and then you learn his family. And you know what he's about, and you know the fiber that he comes from. So always kept in touch with the family, kept in touch with him once he became a professional player and watched him through the ranks. I think the other thing I'm noting is having Travis Schlenk, who drafted him, who was one of our head VP decision makers in the evaluation space, and the connectivity that they had, it made it a lot easier when you're doing background research to know that you know people who truly know his family and truly know the kid. You don't have to listen to some of the rumors that you guys were talking about. So it made us feel even more comfortable, but he's the guy that was always in the gym. Every time you would go to OU practice, even when he wasn't going to OU yet and was taking other offers, he was in their gym working. And you'd be like, who's that kid? Because he's just a basketball junkie, and I think that's how he leads and how he speaks. And to his credit, when I go watch him at OU practice, he'd have his little brother in there, and his little brother would be working, and now he's becoming a player in high school in OKC. So it's a special family. He's a special person. He's no longer a kid anymore. He's kind of grown up. But he's all about basketball. He's all about family. He's all about his faith. And those are things and pillars that he believes in that I believe in as well. So for me, it was an easy one to just reconnect and tap back in and bring him to DC.
Martenzie Johnson with Anscape.
Trae, where are you at in the process of getting back on the court and being able to play for the Wizards this season?
Yeah, I'm. I mean, man, I've been playing through some injuries this year, obviously, and I mean, I'm coming over here doing these physicals. They want to make sure I'm right, and things like that. Obviously, I've been playing through some stuff early on, and but I just gotta leave it up to them and make sure that, because obviously they want to make sure I'm right, and I do too. I don't want to come back and not be myself for this team and for the city. So I'll just leave it up to them to make sure. They let you know when I'm coming back, hopefully soon.
Hi, Trey. Karita Parks, Double Take Sports. Welcome to DC. Earlier, you mentioned having more goals that you want to accomplish, and you spoke about legacy. So at this point in your career and moving forward, what are some of those goals, and what do you want your legacy to be?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. My goals, I think for me, I just want to continue. It sounds like a broken record, but I just want to get better like each and every day. Like I know I'm not a finished product. I know people look at me as a finished product sometimes, and I don't know. I don't have the baby face. Maybe I need to go back to it. But I got so much to improve on as on the court, off the court, and I feel like I've gotten so much better. But my goal is I just want to bring the best out of these young guys as far as on the court. I want to, like, when I do and I'm able to be right and get on the court, I mean, show that I can bring the best out of this team and these young guys that I'm around, and hopefully make an all-star too out of some of these other guys. And that's my goal for this. And my legacy has probably nothing to do with basketball. It's more about the kids that I'm around, and the kids that I inspired back even in Atlanta. Like, that was probably one of the hardest things. Like, just some of the parents that have to tell their kids that I'm gone, and they don't really understand that this is basketball and this is a business, and sometimes players have to leave. But for me, that's part of my legacy. I want to leave that same type of legacy here in DC, and I'm going to be out in the community and holidays, summer times, things like that. I'm going to be around, and that's what I want my legacy to be. It's more than basketball.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Got you. Thank you.
Trae, here real quick. Are we taking a photo of him? Oh, all right. Let's sneak outside before we catch us up. Yep. Life is all yours.